Hey guys, back here with SASHI. We are going on another adventure today. So for those who don't know, I'm from Montreal, and another guy who's also from Montreal, Canada, is Mr. Leonard Cohen. So I figured we would take you on a little Leonard Cohen tour around the city. We'll go to little spots where he lived and would visit and things like that. And also, I'll give you the little story time of my kind of paranormal almost connection with Leonard Cohen. It's actually the reason I started YouTube in the first place. So come along on this adventure with us, and I hope you enjoy. So I made a video about my guitar journey and all that stuff, but what I left out of that video is what was the actual motivating factor that led me to start YouTube. So before I started YouTube, I thought that I felt like it was too late to start any kind of journey in music. I'm 29. I just thought I passed it. I passed the opportunity to be able to do anything musical at all. Teaching music or whatever. And Leonard always served as kind of almost like a security blanket or a comfort blanket, I'd say, to keep going in the musical kind of, or follow my musical inclinations, because Leonard started his music career in his 30s, and not only did he start a music career in his 30s, but he put out his most famous song, one of the most famous songs in the world, Hallelujah, in his 50s. And so that, just knowing that about him always made me feel like, okay, it's not too late. Leonard took his time, you know. Not only did he start his music career really late in life, in his 30s, but it also took him the course of his whole lifetime, where he had to live his whole life before he even did the thing that made him, you know, what he's known. Yeah, a legend, literally. Yeah. So that is always the purpose kind of Leonard served in my life, was to be a comfort, to be a voice of reason almost, a voice of inspiration and encouragement. That's who he was for me. He was a voice of encouragement. And so, without further ado, we are in Westmount, which is the neighborhood that Leonard grew up in. And our first stop on the Leonard tour is going to be his childhood home. And we're about to pass it right now. So here it is.
Someone actually lives there now.
Someone actually lives here now, so I feel a little awkward filming someone's home. But this is it. This is his street he grew up on. So this is where Leonard began his journey. Which leads us to the story of how Leonard Cohen is haunting me. So it started one morning. So on this particular day was the day that I was feeling discouraged from playing music and trying to pursue music in any way. And like I would usually do, I Googled him and I wrote, when did Leonard Cohen start to play music? And it said 33, and it calmed me down, as it always does. Then I Googled, how old was Leonard when he wrote Hallelujah? 50 something. And it calmed me down, as it always does, right? It's kind of my ritual. When I feel insecure or discouraged or whatever, I need words of encouragement, I'll always Google Leonard Cohen. And then this madame texted me.
I don't even remember this part.
And we were talking about what we were going to do that day.
Oh, right.
Something that we do often is we go to cemeteries. We go for cemetery walks. It's personally one of my favorite things to do.
The landscaping is great.
It's unmatched. And so we thought, hey, let's go to our tried and true Mural cemetery, which is not far from where we are, which is, let me show you where we are. This brings us to our second landmark on our Leonard Cohen tour. And so here we are on Crescent Street with the grand, infamous Leonard Cohen mural. Hopefully we'll be able to see a bit closer, but it's 22 stories high.
Yeah, we could go across the street.
And this is on Crescent Street, which is a street that he notoriously would come, go to bars here. We go to Sir Winston Churchill.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Which is a famous bar here. Which is fitting that they put a mural of him right across the street from it.
Why is it the closer you get, the less you can see? It's so annoying. And then we go to Club Electric Avenue.
Yes.
And then there was Sir Winnie's right here.
this is, that right there is the bar he used to go to all the time.
You see it from here.
And his mural is right across the street from it.
Oh, what's this thing?
This is SASHI's art.
It's not my art.
What do you call this piece?
This is called... I don't want to offend anyone. It's called Garbage in a Heart. There's beauty in Pinocchio's nose. Footage. Maybe we could start another YouTube and it could be...
What would our vlog,
yeah, what would it
we
be?
could be like this vlog family.
We should do it. And we can talk about literally anything we want.
Yeah. And we could do our freaking podcast in the cemetery.
Yeah, that would be fun. Well, I used to literally go get sandwiches over there, but
I used to go, I never went to college, but I would go to college.
this is university.
Whatever. I don't know the difference. I would go to her college and I wouldn't go to her
Guess
college
which one's the
classes,
oldest? Yeah.
but my sisters went to college at the same time as her. And I would literally go to her school and attend their classes. And I didn't go there. Why did I do that?
And I was like, she doesn't even go here.
I accidentally got a degree in humanities. Why are we here?
Sorry to be... Well, because of Lenny.
Oh yeah, forgot that we were on a Leonard tour. And so we decided to go to the graveyard. As I was leaving my house to go to SASHI's place, pick her up to go to the graveyard, and I dropped my purse. And one of the things that fell out of my bag was a pick, a guitar pick. And I didn't even know it was in there. And so I just picked it up, was like, okay, whatever, threw it back in my bag and left. So we get to the cemetery, and there's a part of the cemetery that we noticed we've never been to before. And we've been to this place literally a million times. So we go to this new area that we've never been to. And as soon as we walk in, there's a little sign that says, to see Leonard Cohen, go to the top of the hill. And I was like, oh my God, Leonard's buried here. I never thought to, I knew he was from Montreal, but I didn't even think about where he was buried or.
But it was that day that you looked up the... It was that day. Oh, yeah.
That morning, right before I came to get you.
Right.
And I hadn't even like put two and two together that like, oh, I just thought about him and I'm here and there's a sign about him. I hadn't even, put the two together yet. But we were like, oh, that's cool. We should go see Leonard's grave. And we weren't looking for it. We were like, okay, we're here. I'm sure we'll just stumble upon his grave at some point because we walk around a lot, right? And so, before we move along in the story, we have just arrived to our next spot on the Cohen tour. And that is his... I'm going to start a business. We are at his home that he bought sometime in the 70s. And he would go back and forth between California and here, Montreal, until he died. In 2017, I believe is when he died. Nope, 2016. And so, let me show you guys. We're here right now. Here we are, 28 Rue Bayard. And people left a little shrine, if you will. And there's a little, I think that's a poem. Someone.
It's a poem about talking about poems about, right?
It's a poem about poems. So this is where he would come all the time. And he would often go to this park right across the street. And people would say that he would just sit on the park bench and just chill here. He lived here even after writing Hallelujah. And he was just like in a neighborhood,
I wonder how many times we might have passed him.
I know, right? Oh my God, for sure. Got a whole Leonard Cohen tour going on also.
It's lit on a Friday night.
I think the people in front of us are going to see him too. Which is not right because they didn't go through the official Leonard Cohen tour.
It's not right.
Monopoly. Which is me. So we were walking through the cemetery. We didn't even stop at any tombstones yet. We just picked this random aisle to go down. And walking about, and the first tomb that we kind of stop at, we didn't even notice who it was. We look up, and it's Mr. Leonard Cohen's grave. What a guy! What a guy. And we see that people have left gifts for him. People wrote poems for him. They left him cigarettes. They left him rocks. They left him flowers. A bunch of gifts. Letters. And so we thought we should leave him something also. And then I thought, what do I have on me that I could leave for him? And then I thought, the pick, right? The pick that fell out of my bag that I didn't even know was in there. So I take it out of my bag and I kneel down and give Leonard my pick. Oh, little bell. So I lean down, I give him my pick. And then as I'm down there, it dawns on me. How did we get brought to Leonard Cohen's grave? Randomly. I had thought about him that morning. I Googled him that morning to get reassurance, to get encouragement from him. And we find a part of the cemetery that we've never been to before, that we didn't know existed. And we come here all the time. We've been here 1,000 times and we've never seen this part of the cemetery before. We've probably seen every tomb that's in this place. So how random that the day that I thought of him, right, and that I felt like so discouraged was the day that I was led to Leonard's grave.
And even when we got there, it was like you could feel like it was a defining moment.
Yeah. And the fact that I get there and I want to give him a gift, and there was a pick in my bag that I was reminded or shown that was in my bag that I didn't know was in there, right? It was kind of like the little Easter egg, I guess, to show, hey, you're going to need this soon. You don't know why, but you're going to need it. And so we're approaching his grave. This is the same path we took before we knew that we were going to find him. And here he is. And so you see, there's a bunch of little gifts everyone leaves for him. So they leave him little notes, little cigarettes in there.
The kisses.
Yeah, people kiss his tombstone. Little necklaces. Usually there's a lot more than this even. Like all on the ground, there's a bunch of stuff. And so, perfect timing, sir. So here's our man, our fellow Montrealer here. And so when I started to put all this together, and I was like, wow, I was literally led here. And I was led to give him nothing other than a pick, right? How symbolic. The thing that, you know, was what my heart was asking for and what God was asking me to do. And I was so scared to do. And that was the thing that I needed to make the connection from the pick to Leonard. And what Leonard represented, right? To me, which was encouragement and motivation. And so I, in that moment, got the message and I went home and I'm gonna cry.
Aww.
So I went home and I played over Hallelujah, and that was the first video I posted on YouTube. Was the video of me playing over Leonard Cohen's Hallelujah. And that's how this all started. So
I'm gonna cry too. Aww.
So annoying. My face is leaking. And it's really interesting because I was even looking at comments about somebody else who came to his grave. And someone commented on it saying, I came to visit his grave and I met somebody and we hugged over Leonard Cohen's grave and we became friends.
Aww.
And he said that it felt like it felt like a miracle of Leonard's doing. So I guess he does that for people.
He does.
I guess he does that often for people.
I remember feeling like it was an actual like communication from him.
Yeah, like it was a big moment. I mean, it was the moment. It was the moment I needed, right? It was literally what made me post on YouTube. That was like the genesis of it, was literally standing at this grave right here.
And it was perfectly divinely timed because you were like already transitioning.
Yeah.
In a way.
Yeah. Like I was ready for it. And he was telling me that I was ready for it. And so I brought a little something for Leonard. I brought him a little pick to come full circle. So, it's for you, Len. All right, guys. So that is the story.
It's so nice.
Of how Leonard Cohen changed my life. And hope you enjoyed the little Leonard tour on Montreal here. I'm very lucky to be from the same city he is, and also be in the same city where he rests, so I could visit him all the time. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you soon.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and push all the buttons.
Don't forget to smash the one button.
Don't forget to punch your keyboard.